Hello, Anthony of Bob's Big City Grill in Hillsborough, North Carolina. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription sunglass lenses for your Versace 2150Q color 1002-87 in the 62 eye size. So let me take everything out of the original packaging as Versace sends it to me. Of course, your Italian leather Versace case. You got your Versace cleaning cloth, your card of authenticity where you can register your product with Versace, and then some more junk mail in about every language known to them. And of course, the star of the show, the main attraction. Woo! Look at this bad boy. Of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it's being shipped from Italy. And of course, you're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging as it comes to me. Look at this bad boy. Look at that beautiful black and gold. Versace will always make the black and gold. It has a leather right on the front with the Medusa emblem. And of course, this is the model 2150Q color 1002/87. The 1002 is black and gold for Versace. /87 means the dark gray lenses. And it's a 62 eye size with a 14 bridge. Hopefully the camera is good enough to pick that up. And as always, all Versace's are made in Italy. Beautiful, beautiful pair of sunglasses. Just beautiful. What else can I say? It also comes in white, a banging white. I should have brought that for the video. Oh well, I have to show you one next time. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pop out the manufacturer's original demo lenses, one of which says Versace on there. And I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my edger. Hit that little green circle, which is start, and a little stylus is going to pop up, and it's going to go around and trace the, hang on, it's getting hung up. I'm going to make sure it feeds in there perfectly. Come on, buddy. You're going to go in there perfect. There we go. The little stylus is going to go around and trace the shape of the right lens before doing the same thing over on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame, and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Of course, Anthony, you know yours are prescription, and you did upgrade. You pay the extra $59 to get the sunglass lenses in your prescription. Clear lenses are always going to be free. Now, this is the shape of your lens in just a moment, that very large green outline. Let me minify that. That is the shape of your lens, as you can see right there, that green outline. I'm going to go ahead and type in your pupillary distance, which is 33.5 for your right eye. My computer starts at 32.5. I'm going to hit this plus sign. It goes up in 0.5 millimeters. So 33.5. Let's come down here. Come on, stylus. We'll come down here and get your lenses prepped. This is your right lens. Your right eye reads -150, -1 at 102. I'm going to spin the axis wheel of my Marco 101 lensometer to 102. Put your right lens in. Actually I got to put the power drum on -150. There we go. Put your lens in, rotate until I find the spherical component. Check your astigmatism correction, find the optical center, and now I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses. And actually, let me put a little more ink in my lensometer. I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses, and the people at the lab always mark this upside down. So I bet, hang on now, hang on. Here we are. I bet that is going to be the right lens. I'm going to cross that out, and I'm going to put an R up here. Let me do the same thing now for your left lens. It reads -1 1/4, -75 is 67. I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 67. Put the power drum on -1 1/4. Put your lens in, rotate until the spherical power comes in clearly. Find the optical center, check your astigmatism correction. That looks good. Now they actually marked this one correct, left or right. And I'm going to put 1 dot there. Come on, dot. I got to hold it up so I can see it. Should put some more ink in there. There we go. There's the other one. And 3. Let me darken that one. And if you missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, I know that's a bad joke, but you'll be telling it tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. I got my backup stylus since dropped one on the floor. This is live TV. What are you going to do? What you going to do? So, put your lens on there. Now, this is a block. I like to call them Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. That's what's going to hold it in place inside the edger. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I keep over my head. Here are 2. The red side is the black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second block. Now on the back is a little silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time, let me pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. It's going to hold it in place into that arm, the magnet will. I'm going to get everything lined up just perfectly. Let me magnify again. Those 2 dots are going right there in the center. Well, I should say the optical center goes in the center. Hence the term optical center. Now that blue cross is the geometric center of the frame. If you were to measure vertically and horizontally, that's going to be the geometric center. Your eye pupillary distance is just inset from there inside that orange cross. So the other 2 dots tell me it's lined up perfectly. I'm going to hit that button, and now the arm is going to come down and place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. It measures 34 millimeters, so I'm going to put the pupillary distance at 34. Get everything lined up just perfectly on there. Make sure the lens is large enough. Oops, I forgot to put the thing on there. I hit the wrong button. Let me pull everything back up again. Put that there. Come on. I know what you are. Pull that back up. And we're going to do the left lens. So I want to make sure the lens is large enough. Yes, it is. Perfect. Make sure everything's still lined up perfectly, and it is. Hit that button. Now the block's going to be applied to your left lens. See, I was getting ahead of myself. Let me go ahead and fake block the right, because it always wants to do both sides. There we go. So this is the edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy your own, put it on your kitchen counter, then you can cut your own lenses at home. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right hand side of the machine. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center, that little channel, that valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to hold it in place in the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. I'm going to pull up the shape onto the computer. I'm going to, these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index or Trivex, I would cut it on another cycle, but these are polycarbonate. I do not want to polish the edges. I do not want to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I only want to put a bevel on the rear surface, the concave surface of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. I'm going to hit that green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing. And of course the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the best cosmetic look possible with the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now in just a moment you will see the lens touch down on the cutting wheel. You can also see that light flickering in the back. That is water running. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic and high index plastic cut wet. The water is only there to collect the optical sawdust that will come off your lens once it starts cutting. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. Your lens is bulletproof up to 22 caliber. It has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin from overexposure, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes that never needs to be reapplied, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that you need to reapply every few hours when you're in intense direct exposure to the sun's harmful rays. This is permanent and never will need to be reapplied. Now, it has its own, the machine has its own check and balance system. It's going to check the lens once again, just to double check where to place the bevel. Now if you notice, your lens is completely flat around the edges like a nickel. If I were to take it out now, it would stand up on the counter on its own. And in just a moment, it's going to drop down and get the safety bevel. No, excuse me, it's going to get the bevel placed onto the lens, the V-shaped bevel. If you can imagine your lens is like a gutter, it's going to get that bevel going all the way around so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. As you can see, water has just begun spraying on the lens. It does that for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, just to wash away any optical debris that may be on the lens, residual effect left over from the lens cutting. Now in just a moment, a lever is going to move into place. At the end of that lever is a little spinning wheel, something you would find that looks like it would be at the end of a Dremel tool. That's what's applying the safety bevel to the rear surface of the lens. Should you have any edge thickness from this lens that protrudes backwards onto against your cheek, it will be smooth should any part of the lens come in contact with the cheek. Now in just a moment, I will open this door with my mind and I will take your lens out. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just have to stare at it for a couple hours, but I can do it. So, dried your lens off. I just want to use my thumbnail, wipe away any leftover optical debris that the water did not get. Clean everything up and inspect the edges of your lenses. Now I'm going to take my Phillips blade screwdriver, my little tiny one, do a lefty-loosey, and let's see if I can go ahead and insert this first time around. Tuck your lens in. Now righty-tighty to tighten that screw down. Your lens is in there perfectly. Yep, okay, let's go ahead and start cutting your left lens. We're going to put the lens in there. Flip that over to L and hit the green arrow, which again is start. The clamp is going to shut. And then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around. And of course, as always, measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness whatsoever. And even with your prescription, Anthony, which is close to being average, and a frame this size, your lenses are thin in the center and thicker at the edges, so the larger the frame, which this is a 62 eye size, you always run the risk of having the edge thickness, but that is perfect. That's why I only use the thinner, lighter weight lenses. Now let me go ahead and keep working on the right lens. I'm going to take your prescription back down to my Marco 101 lensometer and spin the axis wheel to 102. Back to 102. Put the lens in above that red dot and read the power of your lens. And I'm getting minus 150, which is exactly halfway between 1 and 2. Now the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150. Yours are represented, how about that? 175, 2, and so on. So you need 6 steps of minification. You are farsighted. I'm sorry, you are nearsighted. With your glasses on, you can see up close wonderfully, but you need glasses to see far away, so you have 6 steps of farsighted correction. Now you need additional 4 steps of astigmatism correction. Now there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. That is it. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. It fluctuates, it comes and goes. Astigmatism is what makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. This first number makes everything the correct size. Without your glasses on, everything is much too large. So that's why there is a minus size. Your lenses will minify the image down to the correct size. Now once it's the correct size, we have 4 steps of astigmatism correction to take away those fuzzy edges. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 102. If you think of a straight line from 0 to 180, 0 over here by my blue cap, 90 being in the middle, and 180 over here, we're going to turn that knob past 90 to about 102. Now I'm going to check your astigmatism correction now, of which you have 4 steps. Remember high school algebra where you add 2 like signs together? Don't worry, I've forgotten algebra 2. Let's use today's terms. If someone had borrowed $1.50 and then they borrowed another $1, they would owe you $2.50. That is where we're at. We're at $2.50, exactly halfway between 2 and 3. So that is the total compower for your right eye. Your left eye only need 5 steps of correction for farsightedness and 3 steps of astigmatism correction. You need much less correction in your left eye. So we're going to have a combined value of 2 for that. $1.25 plus 75 is $2. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to about 67. And we're going to stop before we get to 90. Now these first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. Let's go ahead and take this out. Let's get your left lens out of the edger. Dry the lens off. Let me go ahead and use my thumbnail again to scrape away any optical debris that may be there. We're going to do lefty-loosey with my little Phillips blade screwdriver. Tuck the left lens in. Tighten that down. Put your frame against the moleskin on my counter to protect the finish of your frame. Come on now. It's fighting me. It's still alive. Alright, I'll hold it in my hand to get it started. Is it going? Is it going? You're going to be like that, are you? Come on now. This thing's so big I can't even see it. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to do righty-tighty. Let's go ahead and let me do a quick inspection. That looks good. Let's go ahead and take this block off. Go ahead and take that sticker off. It is no longer needed. We're going to come back down here to the lensometer. We're going to spin that fine-tune knob to 67. I'm going to put that on 67. Put your left lens in just above that red dot. And I'm reading -1 1/4, 1 tick mark away from 1. Check your astigmatism correction, of which you have 3 steps, and that 1 1/4 plus 75 gives us -2. So that is made perfectly. I'm going to check your pupillary distance, which is 33.5 in your right eye, 34 for the left, for a combined value of 67.5. I'm going to hold this up to the light so you can see that. I'm going to place the PD stick against my thumb, and when we hold it up against the light, you will see I'm getting 67.5, so that is made perfectly. And of course, this is the time in every video that as I clean your lenses, and I mention that when you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there is a very small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, by the way, I'm wearing the Versace 3199 in the 53 eye size in the color, what is that, 5118, which is the dark blue Havana. Havana is just a term they use for tortoise. So I'm wearing Versace's to cut Versace's. But let me show you that when I put mine on the counter, I'm part of that 80%. Mine wobble when I set them on the counter, but they sit level on me. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip this over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and they're not askew. And actually, you're going to get one of my premium microfiber cleaning cloths from freeprescriptionlenses.com. I field test every cleaning cloth before I ship your frames out to make sure that it's working perfectly. Sorry, I always get a kick out of this little optical humor there. You know, I got to make sure the cloth is going to clean yours. But by the way, you also get a Versace cleaning cloth with your case. Not only will I provide, and I'm one of the few sellers that provide instructions, not only how to care for your eyeglasses and cleaning cloth, but for your case and cleaning cloth so they will last you for years. No other seller on the internet is doing that. I also provide you a photo request, a little selfie request to have your picture on the website. Anthony, I would love to have you rocking a pair of these to show everyone how good they look. Where's my flashlight? I keep misplacing. You know, I got a smaller flashlight, but I just can't find it. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed watching me. If you have any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or click contact me on the website. Anthony in Hillsborough, North Carolina. I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your Versace 2150Q color 1002/87 in the 62 eye size. And everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.